Hello everybody, clean shaven Coglum 3639 here. Welcome back to another video. Today, and this one's gonna be another tier list video, and in this one, it's gonna be my meta staples tier list post January 2026 ban list slash burst protocol. Yeah, pretty much the same thing. They both go together, but this is pretty much post burst protocol. Yes, I know you guys love when your 15th favorite Yugi tuber on this platform gives you his opinions on the format, but that's what we're going to be doing today. But we do have a lot of cards to talk about. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's like in the 70s. Yeah, we have a lot of cards to talk about, so we're going to just hop straight into the video. So our categories here is most main decks, some main decks. New category for me, only specific decks, because there's a lot of staples that I do talk about, I think only goes for certain decks, so I wanted to put a little category for itself. Most side decks, some side decks, and then niche. So without further ado, let's get to the video. So we're going to start off with the Charmy card. So obviously, Fua is the best one, so this is going to be in the most main decks. I mean, yeah, this is pretty much our max C. Doesn't belong anywhere else. You're going to pretty much see this in every competitive deck. Can you get away with not playing Fua? Probably, but, it's still a very, very powerful staple card, so it deserves to be in most main decks. Pirellia, this is the weird one. I think you can maybe make an argument for some main decks. I think that is a good argument you could be making. I'm going to put it into most side decks for now because it's still a very strong card, but you might see some people main decking this card. It's a very powerful Charmy card. I think it's the second best Charmy card. Always has been, in my opinion. So, yeah, but I'm going to put it in most side decks. I think that's where you're going to see a lot of people be throwing it in. But don't be surprised if you see it in some main decks. And the Mini Owls, man, I'm sorry. I don't like it. I'm not a fan of it, to be honest with you. I'm going to put it in niche. I think the one deck it was even good against, which was Malice, is now gone. At least we think so. I still think you can maybe have some testability with Malice. I think that's still a deck you might have to worry about. But it looks like it's going to be dead, so it doesn't look like a card you need to side in, to be honest with you. So I'm going to put it into niche. There are probably some applications you could probably think of, but to be honest with you, I think the other two Charmies are just way better. And I think maybe you should argue some side decks. I'm going to put it in niche. I'm going to be the hater today because it's going to go into niche. Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, most main decks. I do like this card in this format. Not only does it stop the Charmy cards, but I think it has a lot of applications. Being able to Ash a Brand Diffusion is going to be pretty solid. Being able to Ash the Synchro, the new Ecclesia Synchro monster that came out of Burst Protocol, I think that will also matter quite a lot as well. I think this has a lot of applications going into this format, so I think it deserves to be in most main decks. It's already in most main decks just for Charmy's out, but it's still good going second as well. Dogwood, yeah, you're dog shit. Get the fuck out of here. You deserve to be down here. You're only good because of time reasons, and there's no longer time, so that does not matter. Ghost Bell and Haunted Mansion. It was very popular in the last format, and I still think it will be a card that will be popular in this format as well. I think it's a strong card, maybe not as strong as it was in the past format, but I still think it will be played in the next upcoming format for sure. So we're going to put it into some main decks here. Sorry, I'm giving quick explanations on cards just because, again, we do have a shit ton of cards to be talking about today. But I think Ghost Bell, still a strong card. Maybe not as strong as the last format, but still very strong for this format. Ghost Oregon Snow Rabbit. I don't know. I don't like this card. There's applications in this format. Being able to Ghost Org the Ecclesia Synchro monster because it does not banish for cost is actually not that bad. Being able to, against Radiant Typhoon, hit the Radiant Typhoon continuous trap card, also not that bad either. But going to be honest with you, I think there's just better options in this format, so I'm going to put this in niche. Even though there are applications in this format, I just think there are better staple cards you can be playing instead, so we're going to put it into niche. Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries. Yeah, I'm also not a fan of this card. Actually, you can go right there. Yeah, there's not really an extra deck card you need to be hitting right now, so it doesn't necessarily matter to me that this card is just not playable at all. Effect Veiler. I don't know. There's been a couple of tops in the past weekend. This past weekend, that was the first weekend of Burst Protocol being legal, that Veiler was seen play. I don't know how much that is correct, because I just don't like this card. I think there's a better card in Imperm, which we'll talk about in just one second. But, I mean, it is a monster for Draco Tail reasons that might matter quite a lot. I don't know. Even I have always been a hater of Effect Failure. I've only liked it in exactly Blue Eyes because it's searchable in Blue Eyes. But that's it. I think in every other deck, I just prefer to play other staple cards. But it has seen a lot of play this past weekend, so I'm not going to discredit it. It's still a nice card. Don't get me wrong. But to be honest with you, I'd much rather just be playing Imperm. I think Imperm is just really, really good. I really want to put it into most main decks. I'm going to keep it into some main decks for now. It's going to be at the top of some main decks. But it's slowly creeping up back to most main decks. Imperm just a very powerful staple card that you must have in your arsenal, in your collection, because it's just a really strong card. I think this is the reason why I don't like Valor that much, is because I think Imperm is just a 10 times better card. To be honest with you, there are applications, though, where Draco Tail needs the monster and not the trap card, right? So that's the only application I can see where Valor is better. But in every other application, I would actually prefer Infinite Impermanence over it. So yeah, Imperm. Yeah, nice card. I want to keep you in some main decks. Droll Lockbird. Yeah, you're still good, to be honest with you. They did semi-limited this card, and I maybe thought with like Yummy Mitsurugi leaving that maybe Droll won't be as powerful going into the next format, but I was wrong. I think Droll is still very, very good. I still think it's really good against Draco Tail because now they're playing a lot of like search cards, right? Like especially if they're playing like the Magista stuff as well. Like I think Droll goes hard against that. Radiant Typhoon does a shit ton of searching. Now, the good thing about Radiant Typhoon is they can play around it in the draw phase, yes. But I still think this deserves to be in some main decks. I honestly, especially now that it's at 2, because now you don't have to commit 3 slots to it. Now you only have to commit to 2. For sure, it belongs in some main decks. If you don't see it in the main deck, you'll probably see it in the side deck. But this card will still be played in this format for sure. Nibiru the Primal Being. I just don't think, we don't have a clear consensus of this yet. To be honest with you, I'm going to put it into most side decks just because I don't really think it's main deck worthy yet. There's not really like a deck it just hits out of nowhere. I feel like all the top decks can play around this pretty well, so it doesn't necessarily matter if they get nibbed or not. Like maybe they get nibbed, but they can like still play, right? So I don't know. I don't like the idea of nib in the main deck, so I'm going to keep it in most side decks for now. If you're going to see it, that's where it's going to go. Dimension Shifter. It's a very powerful card, but this belongs for only specific decks. If your deck does not care about the graveyard, then you can play Shifter, but there's a lot of decks that cannot play it because they do need their graveyard, right? And that's what this category is for only specific decks. So things like K9, I think Pavaya Vanquish Soul comes to mind as well. Pure Mitsurugi can play this if it wants to as well. Only specific decks for me. Gamma and Delta, I'm actually going to put this in only specific decks. These are usually cards I throw into the side deck. Because usually a lot of decks would just side deck these cards. But if you're exactly Cool Tune, you're going to be main decking this cards for sure. Because the level 2 tuner does matter a lot going first and going second. It's Gamma and Delta. There's a reason why Gamma is limited right now because it's just how strong it is. And Delta is a powerful, being able to stop spell traps are still very, very good, right? So I like this a lot for Cool Tunes. That's why it's going to be in only specific decks. Outside of Cool Tune, it probably would be into side decks. But in Cool Tune specifically, you can be main decking this card. K9 Azuna, this is also like only specific decks can play. I think we have gotten to a point where not every deck is going to be playing this because you do need to commit like an extra deck to it. So only decks that can already play rank 5s will be playing this. So things like Crystron, things like Vanquish Soul, obviously things like K9 as well, will be playing this card for sure. But if you're not going to be playing that, then it doesn't really go anywhere else in my opinion. This is just isn't a staple by itself. It kind of needs to go with a deck that already plays rank 5s in its extra deck. So I'm going to put that in only specific decks. Dogmatica Fleur-de-Lis the Knighted, I think is what it's called. Yeah, I'm going to put it in niche. I like this card a lot. I really, really do. I just don't think we have entered a format or even have a deck that can take advantage of this. Like Labyrinth is the only one I can really think of, and Labyrinth really isn't playable right now. Maybe like Mitsu, you can argue as well, could play this if they want, but I don't really think they would. So yeah, I'm going to put it in niche. I like the card a lot, but just not this format. Herald of the Orange Lights. So this is a only specific deck, but is it playable in this format? Because that's the one thing I will say for only specific decks. Even if you are a only specific deck card, if you're not playable, I'm just going to throw you down a niche. But Orange Light, you do have Dark World now. Like I know they got their new support, and I'm gonna keep it there just because I have the uncertainty on the Dark World, because I know Dark World can play this because they do play fairies if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Watch me be wrong, right? But yeah, I'm gonna put it in only specific decks. Not that many decks can take advantage of it. I think the only other deck is like Melodious, and even then Melodious isn't really that great right now. So I'll put it there just for Dark World, just in case. Artifact Lancia, look at you, and Chaos Hunter both go to niche. There really isn't a deck that's banishing right now, so there really isn't a point to play these cards. Malice was really the only reason why you would be playing these cards, and Malice is now out of the format. Hopefully. I'm still scared, but hopefully it's gone. So yeah, I'm gonna put him in niche. Bestials, I don't know, this is the rough part. I still think like Magna might get played as like a one of, and like branded, and Dracotel branded as well. Druiswar might still see some play in there as well. I don't think this is like a card you would side deck, to be honest with you. Maybe it is. I'm gonna keep it in some main decks. I think there is potential to these cards, but you know, it depends on where the format goes, right? So I'm gonna keep this in some main decks. Hecahan's Goddess. I want to like this card a lot. I really, really do. So this is the Hecahan turn 0 play, technically, that they have. It's basically a worse Bestial when your opponent adds a card from deck to hand, except during the draw phase, it can just special itself, and then during your opponent's main phase, it can special summon one of your opponent's monsters from the graveyard. Now, to be honest, I think where the format's going, if a lot of decks are playing Fallen of the White Dragon, the new Fallen from the Burst Protocol, I think this card could be good, because stealing that from your graveyard, it doesn't negate the effects, which is the cool thing about that. Being able to steal the Fallen of the White Dragon, and if you're playing like a package of Fallen of the White Dragon, being able to play turn 0 is actually not that bad. So I kind of like it for that reason. Is it good enough to play, though? I don't know. I've done some testing with this. I really want to like this card. I'm going to keep it into some side decks. Hopefully maybe other people are trying this with me. I want to like this card a lot, because being able to steal Fallen of the White Dragon is kind of crazy in this format, especially if you're playing that package as well. So I'm going to keep it in some side decks, but maybe it's a niche card and I'm just being stupid. But Skullmeister, yeah, a niche. I think Bestials or something like that are better. DD Crow, no, I'm going to keep it in niche. Like, the only other application for this is being able to hit, like, Mitsurugi, like, Ritual in the graveyard when Kasanji tries to add it back. That's the only application I see it for, though. That's it. Token Collector. There isn't a deck summoning tokens, so there's no point of this card being in anywhere else. Dominus Impulse is only for specific decks, but is a very powerful for only specific decks. I'm going to put it up here. Impulse is a strong card in this format, but not that many decks can take advantage of Dominus Impulse. But if you're a deck that can play it, this card is fucking broken. It's the best Dominus card for a reason, and I like it a lot. I really do like Dominus Impulse quite a lot. But again, not every deck can play that in this format right now. Dominus Purge, kind of the same idea, but it's a lot worse than Impulse, because it's just a worse Ash, in my opinion. I'm going to keep it in only specific decks, but like the bottom. It's coming close to like the niche category, because not that many decks are playing it, but it's still like okay. Songs of the Dominators is kind of the same thing, but there really isn't a deck that's taking advantage of it right now. Yummy, Pure Yummy was like really the only deck that was taking advantage of this, and RB, if I'm not mistaken. I think RB was maybe taking advantage of this. I could be wrong about that. I'm going to put it in niche, though. I'm going to put it like right there is fine. Yeah, Songs, it's cool. I like the card, but it's just not really a deck that's taking advantage of it right now. Dominus Spiral. Oh, this card's just bad. I'm sorry. This card's not great. I'm going to put it like here. Yeah, it's also in niche for me. Rescue Ace Impulse, I love you, but Charmies exist, so you go to niche. Same thing with Phantasme. Phantasme is one of those cards that somewhat broke the barrier for in like a heavy link format. This does sometimes get cited, but that's, I don't know. I think we're heading in towards a really big fusion format, so I'm going to put it in niche. Singularity Fiend. I know a lot of people probably don't know what this card is, but we just haven't entered a format where this card is good. Sheena. Oh my god, Sheena. Okay, this is the new hand trap that came out of Burst Protocol that only wind monsters can use, so I'm going to put it in only specific decks. But oh my god, is this card fucking stupid. Holy shit. We're going to put it like up here. Maybe Shifter's a little bit better than it. But yeah, this card's dumb. This card's really, really dumb. When your opponent activates a card or effect, you chain this by specialing itself from the hand, and then you apply the effect depending on what happens. If it was a monster effect, you bounce back all monsters except itself. And if it's a spell trap effect that we responded to, you bounce back all spell traps. Really, really dumb card. Radiant Typhoon is going to be taking advantage of this card. This card is really, really dumb on the, when you're going second. Being able to break a field with this is going to be really, 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 really dumb. But yeah, it's a really powerful card, but really only Radiant Typhoon can take advantage of it right now, because that's really the only win deck in the format. So we're going to keep it for only specific decks, but a very, very powerful card. Contact C, I'm sorry, SP Little Knight is literally everywhere, so I'm going to keep you in niche. Retaliating C, I still think this is like okay. I'm going to keep it in some side decks, like the top of some side decks. I don't think you're going to see it in most side decks, because I think a lot of people are going to now realize with Fallen of the White Dragon, like Branded and Branded Dracotels now have ways to play without activating a spell card, right? So I still think some people might still play this. I'm going to keep it in some side decks. I could be wrong about this. I still think you can argue for most side decks as well, but I'm going to keep it into some side decks. Marionette Mike, we literally just got Change of Heart and Snatch Steal to 3. Why the hell would you ever play a card like this, or any card that's specifically like this, where you discard it to take control of a certain attribute or certain type, right? Niche for sure. Crossout Designator. I don't know. I'm not a fan of this card. This is really just preference on the player. Some people might argue main deck, but I don't think there's really enough staples cards. You have to be running a lot of staple cards for this to be main deck. You can argue like side deck, like being able to side into stuff that you're going to lose to could be nice as well. I'm one of those players that just does not like crossout, because I don't really play that, like, the traditional staple cards when I play my decks. So that's why I really don't play crossout. But if you're going to play it, it's probably going to be in the side deck. Called by the Grave. That's some main decks, because it's Called by the Grave. You don't need any other like cards in your deck for this. Being able to hit hand trap. Now, it doesn't stop every hand trap. It doesn't stop like nib or shit like that. But it's still a very, very powerful card. I think you will see this in some main decks. Sales Ban. I don't know, some side decks. That's pretty much it. This is only for like if you lose to Droll, I think, to be honest with you. Triple Tactics Talents. Yeah, you're going to see him some main decks for sure. It's still a strong card. Thrust is always the side deck kind of card. Being able to thrust into some sort of degenerate floodgate in game 2s or 3s is annoying when you're going first. Fenrir really is only for like Dracotel being able to out like Retaliating C. I really don't think this card is really that good anymore, especially since Yummy just got destroyed on the last ban list. So I'm going to keep the... Maybe some side decks will still play this. I'll keep it there. Pink. I want to like Pink, but Fenrir is just better. I'm sorry. Yeah, Fenrir is just better. Fenrir is just better. Sorry. Lava Golem. If you're able to take advantage of it, I think you would play it, but not every deck can play this. And if you would play it, you would side deck it. So some side decks. Kaiju, I mean, if you're really scared of Lunalight, you could play this. Kurikara is just worse, to be honest with you. You play a Golem or a Kaiju instead of Kurikara. I want to like Kurikara, but I don't think it's really not that good. Fallen of the Virtuous deserves to be in some main decks. I literally made a whole fucking video talking about how I love this card, and I really think it's one of the best staple cards in the game right now. And especially since Burst Protocol, if you're playing the White Dragon stuff as well, this card just becomes 10 times better, right? Because now you have an Ecclesia in graveyard to be able to activate that second effect, which is very, very, very insane. If you want to watch that video, I'll put it in the link in the description down below for you to watch. But yeah, it deserves to be in some main decks. I think it's like better than this, to be honest with you. I'm going to put Ghost Willow down there. But yeah, we're going to keep it like that. Not every deck is going to play this, because if you don't have the extra deck for it, you can't play it. Book of Eclipse. Yeah. I don't like it in the format. Maybe you'll see it in some side decks. Book of Moon is a lot worse, though, so we will put this into niche, like there is fine. Forbidden Droplet, it depends on the player. Like, if you're like a hand trap guy, then obviously this is awful. But I really do love Droplet. I'm going to put it into some main decks. Yeah, I think that's probably fine where it's at. I'm going to put Valor down here, though. Yeah, I like Droplet quite a lot. The only problem with Droplet is there is a new card in the post-burst protocol, and that is Forbidden Crown. I don't know how much I like this card, because yes, it's like strong, but I don't really think it's that strong to warrant like it's better than Droplet. Like, I'll put this like here. You can argue on back and forth on which card you like more. I don't even think some main deck, not every deck is going to be playing this card either, to be honest. Like, I think Radiant Typhoon will play it because it's just a powerful quick play spell, right? I don't know. I'm not a fan of this card. I thought I would like this card, but to be honest with you, when I was playing with it, I'm like, you know what? I'd much rather have a Droplet in scenarios, you know? I don't know. I guess this really is just dependent on what type of player you are. I think this is like it's like a powerful Forbidden Chalice. That's how I see it. I think the only other thing that has better than Chalice is that it prevents your opponent from using that monster as material for stuff, which is kind of cool. And your opponent can't respond to it with monster effects. So yeah, obviously it's better than Chalice, but is it better than Droplet? I don't know. I think it really just depends on what you think. Chalice, though, I'm sorry, you're a fucking hella niche now that Crown's here, so put you down there. Dark Ruler no more. I'm still going to put in most side decks. I don't know if that's correct, you know, with the format change. I don't really know if that's that correct anymore, but I'm going to keep it there just in case. Super Poly. I think this card's strong in this format, to be honest with you. I think a lot of the top decks do play into this card a lot. You can argue some main decks. You can argue just some or most side decks. Like, this is one of those cards, like, it really just depends on how you see it. I like Board Breaker, so I'm going to put it into some main decks, but like, you can also argue most side decks as well. But again, you kind of have to have the extra deck for this, so maybe only specific decks can play it, but I'm going to keep it here into some main decks. I think it's better than both of these, honestly. Ultimate Slayer, it's cool. I think Fallen the Virtuous is better, to be honest with you, but it's a cool card. Maybe some side decks would play it. Gordian Slicer, I also do like this card a lot, but it just isn't playable right now. Niche. Metaltronus, I want to like you. I really do. I love when this card is playable, but I don't think it's really playable right now. But I could be wrong. I want to be wrong about that card. Please let me be wrong about that card. Herald of the Abyss, I'm sorry, terrible. Mind Control, sorry. Terrible. Mind Control, honestly awful. Now that Change of Heart and Snatch Steal are back, yeah, what's the point of playing you? Change of Heart, I still think you might see in some side decks. So I'm going to keep it into some side decks. Snatch Steal, I'm going to put it like at the top of niche, but I think with Change of Heart, I think Change of Heart is just better. But Snatch Steal is not bad. So I'm going to put it in niche, but the top of niche. Enemy Controller, yeah, I'm going to put you in niche, especially with Change of Heart coming back. Yeah, you belong in niche. But you have other factors where being able to attribute the monster to dodge negation does matter quite a lot. Regeki, I'll put in some side decks. Same thing with Dark Hole. Like, these cards are always like in some side decks because sometimes your opponent just doesn't respect it, and sometimes you just lose to these cards, right? Cosmic Cyclone. I mean, I can get the idea of it. I'll put it in some side decks. I'll put it like right here. Double Cyclone. Dude, this will probably go to most side decks, to be honest with you. Man, this card came out of fucking nowhere, huh? But being able to pop your own spell traps matters when your opponent's playing Dracotail Flame, you know? Or being able to double Cyclone, you know, like the trap for Radiant Typhoon is also not bad either, to be honest with you. This card is actually not that bad. I'm really surprised. Genuinely surprised, but I'm happy to be surprised about that. Most side decks. I do believe it belongs in most side decks. Lightning Storm and Feather Duster, I think, also belong here as well. Same thing with Evenly Match. I think Evenly Match is kind of crazy. I will not lie. I think Evenly Match is kind of crazy going into this next format. But yeah, I'm gonna put it in most side decks. I really do like the idea of Evenly Match. I'm gonna put it like up here. I'm gonna put Dark Ruler a little bit lower. But yeah, I'm gonna put it like right here. I think Crossout's actually a little bit lower too. Daruma Cannon. Yeah, niche. There's a better triple tactic thrust target. It's called DGG. Yeah, DGG is just fucking insane. You'll probably if you're gonna see it with thrust, like thrust DGG there. Solemn Judgment. There's only the one, but you'll probably see it in most side decks. I think the card that I actually don't have on here is Dragon's Mind. I think that will probably be played quite a lot going into the next format because that's a Solemn that doesn't pay life points. Yeah, kind of crazy, right? So I don't have it here, but if it is here, I'd probably put it in most side decks. Strike is a little bit worse. Maybe you'll see it in some side decks, like there. Same thing with Warning. Like, people have tinkered with these Solemns, but I think Judgment is just better, but obviously Judgment's only at 1. Again, Dragon's Mind will probably be better than both of these, right? Anti-Spell. Fuck this card. Why the fuck is this card still legal? Honestly, fuck this card. Fuck this card, right? Skill Drain. Honestly, nah. I'm going to put it in, like, some side decks. Like, only not that many decks can take advantage of Skill Drain right now. I'm going to put it, like, there. Tikaboo, if you can play it, you'll probably be in your most side decks. Rivalry, same thing. If you can play it, probably be in most side decks. And Goes and Match, a little bit worse. But if you can play it, you'll play it in your side deck as well. So that is it for my tier list. I think, yeah, there's a lot of staples here, but this is what I'm going to go with. Most main decks, just Ash and Fua. I think that makes sense. you'll see every deck play those combinations, but after that, it'll be different, right? Some main decks will still have Imperm, Droll, Ghost Bell, Fallen of the Virtuous, Bestials, Called by the Grave, Triple Tech Talent, Super Poly, Droplet, Forbidden Crown, and Effect Veiler. Only specific decks, Shifter for only the decks that can take advantage of Shifter, Sheena for only win decks, Impulse if you can play it. Same thing with Gamma and Delta. If you aren't Cool Tune, this will probably be a side deck choice, but if you are Cool Tune, you're main decking this card. Same thing with the K9, if you have rank 5s, you can play it. Same thing with Orange Light if you have fairies, and then Purge if you have the correct attributes. Then most side decks, Pirellia, you can argue for main deck. Nib, Double Cyclone, crazy. Evenly Matched, Lightning Storm, Feather Duster, Crossout, Dark Ruler No More, Triple Tactics Thrust, DDG, Solemn Judgment, Anti-Spell, Tikaboo, Rivalry, and goes in. Some side decks, Retaliating Sea, Sales Band, Cosmic, Heck of Hands, Goddess. I really test with this card. I think this card could be crazy. I think so. But I could also just be crazy. So, Solemn Strike, Solemn Warning, Skill Drain, Castria Fenrir, Lava Golem, Kaiju, any Kaiju, Book of Eclipse, Ultimate Slayer, Change of Heart, Rigeki Dark Hole, and then in niche, Lancia, Chaos Hunter, sorry, Malice is gone, Snatch Steel, Kurikara, just better cards than Kurikara, Pengratops, DD Crow, Econ, Songs of the Dominator, Gordian Slicer, Metaltronus, Forbidden Chalice, sorry, Crown is just better, Herald of the Abyss, Skullmeister, Book of Moon, Dogmatica, Fleur-de-Lis, Spyro, Ghost Org, Meows. Actually, this is like way up here. I shouldn't have it down that low. Ghost Reapers of Winter Cherries, Dogwood, Token Collector, Impulse, Phantasme, Singularity Fiend, Contaxi, Marionette Mind Control because just Change of Heart's better, and Daruma Cannon. So that is going to be it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe for more content on the channel, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.